him run away.
Three, two, one. All right, y'all. Hey, friends. We're back with another video for y'all. This week's video is on, we actually haven't thought of the title, and of course the dogs want to start, but it's 5 things that's really essential for the RV, for having with you as full-timers, if you're a full-timer, right?
Yeah, it's 5 things that aren't really commonly, I don't know if everybody thinks about them, but we use them all the time. So we've deemed them as essential because we find ourselves using them over and over and over again. And our neighbor's dog is going to bark and bark.
It wasn't
and bark.
started until we started.
So
hopefully be quiet.
Yeah. The 5 things that we have.
Yeah.
Ready?
Yeah.
All right, so the first thing, you can basically assemble and disassemble an RV with a cordless screwdriver and a number 2 square bit. Make sure you have multiple square bits because they're easy to lose, but this right here can disassemble most everything on our RV. Very useful, very handy to be able to put stuff back together after it falls apart. Your doors, your covers, your trim, your undercarriage, the cover on the undercarriage. It does everything. That's probably the most common screw used on an RV.
Tongue twister?
Yeah. So we use cordless screwdriver and the number 2 square bit and other bits as well, but we primarily use this number 2 square bit for just about everything. The other bonus is that if you've got mechanical jacks, or if your slides go out, oftentimes to move the hydraulic motor, you've got to turn it, and this will turn it. Yeah. And it does a really good job of it. So we like the cordless screwdriver and the number 2 square bit.
And we have. Oh.
The other thing, we also use another battery-powered appliance, the blower. We use a blower, and this thing, everybody thinks of it as a leaf blower, and it is. And we clear off our spot with the leaves. Yeah. But we also clear off our roof and slides if there's trees above us and they left leaves on there. It's really easy. We use it to, you may have seen on a video, we like to, if you use it about there, it does really good at starting a fire. Yeah. So if you've got wet wood, you got crappy wood because that's what's available, it helps you out starting a fire. And if you want to point at Yeti, I'll show you.
I don't know if you could. Let me see.
Here.
He loves he likes to shark it and bite it.
Oh, you don't want to do it?
There we go.
So Yeti likes to chase it.
Yeah.
Yeti likes it a lot. So those are the 2 things. And we've got the same brand. We went with yellow DeWalt because the batteries are interchangeable. So we have a couple batteries. We keep them on the charger, and then we've got our appliances.
Yeah.
The next thing we've got is
these are they work for a lot of things.
Yep. We got these originally to secure our cupboards, but they're ball bungees and they come in multiple lengths. And you basically wrap it around your cupboard doors, wrap it around, put the ball in the bungee, and it holds it closed. We use it on our fridge, our cupboards, and just about anything.
And then here's the other size.
Yeah. Just about anything needs to be kept closed. The other thing they're great for is organizing stuff. So, your ratchet straps that you always have a ton of, but they're always a big pile, tangled mess. You just wrap it up, and you can see we just pop that around there, and it holds it in one nice little piece. Very easy to use and reuse. For a while, I was using zip ties to do the same thing, but this is way better.
Yeah, and everything is on Amazon. These are from Amazon.
They're cheap. They're on Amazon. If you've got, this is our security cable we use to lock up our generator when we're someplace. 2 of them on the cable, or any electrical cable that you've got, it works as well, but it keeps it nice and organized, and it doesn't get tangled, it doesn't get scattered around your RV. So we bought these for cupboards, but we've used them for all kinds of stuff. They come in very handy.
Yep.
Next, you may or may not realize it, but a 2 or 3-step aluminum ladder works wonders. You can have the bigger ladders for outside, but these things are great for inside because RVs have lots of high spaces that are really awkward to get to.
No, especially in the dirt.
Yeah, especially in this thing. All the cupboards are like 10 feet tall.
Yeah.
So they're easy to get into.
Yeah, we used to also, for when we have guests in the office, y'all know there's a queen size bed up
Yeah.
there, and it's kind of hard to get up there without a step. So that's come real handy when we had guests, and now we use it to get stuff up there for storage. So
Yeah, it allows us to reach everything. Now you could, most RVs that have bunks are going to come with a little ladder that attaches to it,
yeah,
but that ladder is not very stable,
Daddy.
and I wouldn't want to depend on it at 3 o'clock in the morning when I was tired and half awake. So
Yeah.
that's much more stable. The final thing we've got over here
no, switch sides.
Yeah. that you can see
I
is
think
we've
so.
got
Yeah.
a pancake air compressor. This one happens to be a Hitachi. Most of them are just rebrands of the same thing, but we carry a pancake air compressor. And why is that essential? Well, because on our trailer we have tires that take 110 psi. The truck that we just got rid of had tires that take 80 psi. The new truck that we've got has tires that take 110 psi, and most gas stations that aren't truck stops, their air compressors only go up to about 60 psi. So they don't cut it. They barely get enough pressure to get you by. And you know, we like to go places that are a little bit off the beaten path sometimes, and it's just nice to be able to check your air pressure when you're leaving, make sure your tires are all good and everything's ready to go. And then you can also use it for another gadget that we don't have out here that has also come in very handy, is a pneumatic staple gun or nail gun, a brad nailer, so that you can put your RV back together after you drive down the road and all the trim falls off, because that's just what happens.
Yeah.
It's very useful for that. So we carry this with us because we've got the room for it. If you don't have a whole lot of room, in fact, right now on Amazon, I don't know if the sales ended or not, but there's a VIA air compressor. It's a nice small portable unit. It doesn't have a tank on it, so it's a little bit smaller and lighter than that. It will also air up your tires. We like this because it's cheap and it just does the job for us, and we've used it a lot. So there's 5 things that you may not think of that we use a lot. We didn't think we'd use them a lot, but we use them a lot.
Yeah.
What you got?
No, well, I guess you could say 6, so we'll make sure we include that
The pneumatic,
gun.
yeah, it's either a staple or a brad nailer,
Yeah,
depending on
yeah.
how you want to go. Or you can get one of each. We got
Right.
one of each.
So I'll just recap real quick.
Go ahead.
So remember, well, first he started with the drill. Get yourself a drill. We have multiple batteries for it too. You got your blower for multiple use of things. The ball situations,
Ball bungees.
ball bungees.
I mean, they could be situations,
Yeah.
but ball bungees.
The ball bungees they come with. Did they come separate or different sizes? I don't remember how you ordered them.
You can buy variety packs, but we
Oh,
bought
okay.
1 pack of each length.
Okay.
And they are surprisingly useful. We didn't think that we would have as many uses as we do for them.
Yeah, from the covers to that, I mean, they've been around our modems because we have dropped them so often.
Yep.
To keep the back on so the battery don't fall out. The ladder, 2-step ladder or 3-step. We used to have a 3, but I think we got rid of it and kept the 2. 2 suffices.
We've got a 3 still. It's just up there. We've got a
Oh.
3 just as a leftover because we're pack rats.
Yeah.
And we've also got the long ladder for outside, but
Yep.
that's not really.
Yeah.
It is essential, but it's not essential, and
Yeah.
it's not easy to carry all the time.
Yep. And lastly, again, for wrap it up, is the compressor. And like he said, we use that for airing up tires. We did our bikes today. What else have you used it for besides?
I use it for air tools. I use it
Yeah.
for blowing stuff out. But yeah, she
Yeah.
pointed out the bikes as well. You don't have to take your bikes someplace else to put air in the tires
Yeah.
if you need to top
Yeah.
them off. An air compressor is just a really handy tool to have around.
Yep. So if you can afford to, not necessarily afford, price is probably, I don't know how the price, but if you, the space, that's
Yeah,
what
the
I'm saying,
space.
afford to have that size because of the space in your RV, the cargo capacity, get a small one. You'll find that you'll use it a lot. And that's it. And then the gun, the staple gun, right?
Yeah, a brad nailer
Yeah,
or a
5 plus
staple.
1, a bonus one. It's the staple gun.
And in other news,
Oh, yeah.
we're going to go ahead and do a walk around. We got Candace a Jeep this weekend. So
Well,
we
us.
no longer, it's
Oh.
Candace's.
Yeah.
We no longer have the F350 Dually, and that sucker gave us a going away gift. I had to go, little story, I had to go to Houston to pick up this Jeep because we were very specific with what we wanted. Driving to Houston to trade it in, deal's all done, everything's good, and every freaking alarm that the truck could throw at me went on the dash.
Yep.
And didn't clear when I turned it off like it usually does when something happens like that. So we had hill descent fault, advanced track fault, ABS fault, and rear parking fault. So the truck, I think it was resisting trying to be traded in. I went to the dealer, spent 3 hours at the dealer on a Saturday morning, had it diagnosed, had a bad wheel speed sensor. They cleared the codes. We went and traded it in. While they cleared the codes, I did tell the new dealer that it had a wheel speed sensor, which is a $40 part they can fix if they need to. And we traded it on a Jeep, which I then drove 8 hours back to Pensacola.
Yeah.
Not as enjoyable experience driving back as it was driving there. I'm going to be honest. The Jeep is a purpose-built vehicle, and it's fun to drive around town, but it's not that fun on the highway. We will admit. But it's not bad.
It's not bad.
But it's a really nice Jeep, and we got exactly what we wanted. So we've been looking for 2 or 3 months, and we're going to just do a quick walk around.
Yeah, all white one. I've been wanting a white Jeep, y'all, since the I'm probably dating myself, but that's okay. I'll be 40 this year, but who cares? Since Clueless, the movie Clueless, back in the early 90s, I've always wanted a white Jeep, all white.
And that's what we got.
Yep.
So we are going to grab the other camera and walk around it real quick.
All right, y'all.
So there's Candace in her Jeep.
So, well, it's a 4-door Jeep, as y'all can see. Jeff is really excited about the
wheels.
The wheel situation down there, because it's got like the Jeep symbol.
It does have nice wheels on it. It doesn't have the normal Rubicon wheels, but they are really nice.
Yeah, and the tires are pretty. The tread is really good. We're not sure if we're gonna keep these or not, because y'all, I'm trying to tell y'all about the tires, and I don't know much. We're trying to regurgitate what Jeff said. We're trying to look for a tire that'll do well off-roading and on-road, regular road, so wheels that are a little bit quieter.
Yeah.
So
these are mud terrain tires. They are not awful, but they are not good either as far as noise. So we're looking at maybe moving to a semi-aggressive all-terrain.
Okay. And
there's our mess from the road trip.
From the road trip, just got back last night, so it's a four seats, back seat. And you got the front, which is nice and clean.
And check this out. This is one of the requirements that made it hard to find one, is that it had leather and had heated seats.
Yep.
And was all white, and we wanted a Rubicon. And by the time you go down that list, that list of options, you get a pretty sparse set of vehicles out there.
So pretty clean. It's a 2018 Rubicon. We're gonna change out the grill.
Bumper.
Oh, grill.
What was that?
See, I was looking up there, so they changed out the bumper, and I think that's pretty much it. Jeep is a Jeep is a Jeep.
Yep.
I'm excited to go I keep calling it 4-wheeler, but
it is 4-wheeling.
Go off-roading. I love 4-wheeling. It's so much fun. So I should enjoy doing that when it's time. So, yeah. You got any other words about the Jeep?
No, just that I don't know if you can see, hopefully we can see. So we plan on setting it up for flat towing at some point, but as you may or may not know from our previous videos, we have some stuff that needs to be fixed on the DRV before we even attempt that. And we need to evaluate whether or not it's going to be advisable to try to flat tow it behind the trailer, or if we need to get some other setup that has a more stout frame. So we've got to deal with figuring that out in the near future before we flat tow it. So if you think I'm going to throw it on the back of the DRV right now, no. Candace gets to drive it for a while.
I'll be driving it to our next destination, which is Texas, in a few weeks.
Yep. So we're moving towards that direction, but we've got some work to do before we get there.
All right, y'all. I hope you enjoyed this video today.
Yeah.
And I'm so excited about the Jeep. It's so pretty. It had two. I think I was gonna mention it did have two little things. You said two little paint things, but
it's got two little chips on it that I'll probably get fixed. It's minor.
But minor.
It's a Jeep, right? It's supposed to have issues.
Yeah, but I like it a lot, so I'm excited about that. That's it. 5 + 1. 5 things that you should have. Could have 5 things that we find really useful around the RV that aren't on every list out there for essential RV items. Yeah, right. So. This is not
your setup and camp stuff. This is stuff that you just find yourself needing as you go through life
Yeah.
in the RV.
Yeah, as full timers, right?
Yep.
Okay.
As full timers or long timers if
Yeah.
you're taking longer trips.
Yeah.
If you're just going for a weekend, maybe you don't need these. But if you're going for a week or two, these are things to start thinking of having.
Yep. All right, y'all. That's it. Thank you for watching. Comment on this video if you got any questions or situations that you want to ask, or you got some topics you want to know more about for RVing. Drop it in the comments. Like this video, subscribe to our channel, and hit the bell so you'll know when our next video comes out. Thank y'all for watching.